dial star 277 hash. Now ne bank no nin so and a best assurance. Woma daroma na din samno eba didi makotene bi eni.
National Security Minister Ede Atugana this year nyina say asem a esi ye ewo atifido mantem a national security for or chese enipa bi eye wo mo basabasa emma asojafo so ko bo ade hye wo ho no so obi e kan wo asem a wonya hweyie se de osika no esan say ye bambo mu nse.
Chief Justice Her Ladyship Gertrude Saki Tokono chese ensem bi ho na esia nyina na yebe court bu a yemfanko ADR na yenkodi masum bi enso emra.
Adwadifo a wonum ewo Ghana krom ha sei ene wo mo ka kire aban se ka ya wo bo no won tete so budget na eba no won hwe ena wanza metoto nuomam ana wampagya eto ankosoro ekobasa ebe ha dwene ede ama wo mo ama bi aka Ghana fo nyina.
Samson Owura set chum akwaboa de ato aban enim se pese Ghana sika no yesi di nya hoden paade a wo behia se ye beto niema dodo ede akọ abruchiri.
Ya kwakwato nsensemu a Kumase posini a okobo ewra bituo wo sususu obo ewra bituo ewo edum no na sam no watu akwakọhye December da etoso enai.
Yerembeko akosomo dama mpanifo ebie ya asemanfo dodo na adwapade no atichafo eka ho ebi adesedi akwa ma ban se achechefo a won so ho kan ye omadwapade ho kan no abanhwe na omoa wo.
Enzempi ka ho ne debra mo kasebo mu akenkanfo a mobete yenka na mobehwe ye nwumre eyeme akosi asapon mene
David Ofori Safo.
Say your body ra ensem ni mu ede a na Kumasi High Court eko asetena na asetena ni mu no eye posini a na sem ebeto edwa abaya bi abaya so no a wo edum abaya ebeto edwa se wo susu se sa posini e na abo ni tuo e ho nsem ye fanko ye famra no eda so wo court ne court ko asetena na court atu asem no ede ahye December da etoso enan na emu nsem no ye nkohwebi
20th April 2023 mechere afia mu ene yante asemde ewo eye edum Kumasi wasante mantema abra o police ni a ye freno Inspector Ahmed Trimesi dodo na nimsi ye freno Takum ofa akoti kwan so fa tu a abaya susu so one ne etwe empra Victoria Dapa dodo na nimsi ye freno Maadwoa okosane tue egu ne so Maadwoa aye nyamedia eno echi no Ghana Police Service for ebo omodin etimi ekochi Inspector Ahmed Trimesi a semono ekopiemu ewo Askore Mampon Magistrate Court enam se yedi awudie kwadu edi abo Ahmed Trimesi ntino indictment process no ma ye wia asemno akwakopiemu ewo Kumasi High Court sisi are ya pa abedwafo se obi di ewu a abedwafo ne friend protocol jury no eno bi ena omo apa nam so ma asemi yakwakopiemu ewo Kumasi High Court otemuafo a oti edwam eye Justice Rosemary Ba na mra omo efre asemwi ene koba se eye abedwafo na ya pa omo so omo ene behwe asemnum omo tietie asem judge ne de mra no ade ato ama omo so omo hwe no omo hu se na bekwa akosi no jury no yabobo din no enya ade obi abae eno ene court ne tu dwa se jury for na amma enu ntino asem no court na tu asem na kwakɔhye eye December bosom ne da etoso 9 eye 4th December na mra court no epon asetena no youth even some trefo ene eye Maadwoa na ase Victoria Dapa abusua panyin Nana Ado Berima atwetwe enkomo ema ono so edinsem sei etu edwa
anopei ibadu 8:30 tiebo be say 11:30 to 12 no yekoye fi atete jiwfo nyina ko strike na so kodu ono judge ne ebubo din afre jiwfo nyina say obi ay absent ti o ma ti asese nam se omuni ho asem ye kwa enyi na so omunim tama mbeba because we share 13th and 14th inti no mo ko strike bi a bit we be se chapa na mama inti o mo kan mo tu sim no se e 4th December na ye baba court o mo se ha dwen de na so enchencha wona fe acha de na so enka ho ye stress kwa bia so no asem no atentire ne beba ama yesu abusuane ye bu ato yeyem ni nim se de ne a ne de ne nka asem ye be start na so jifo akọ strike ye ntinya bibia kan ha dwene abusuane ha ye pa ade ba ko en nekura pia ha enwanwan se first no ye ba court a o mo select abusuane nipa nson me ewurom en nekura de yebeduru ye o mama yekwan me awurum nanso yehu ya ne se ifri court o be bia so omde takum efa no abusuafo gina kwana no ye hwe ne se yede ba besina ko saa na da bia ye no yehu so omde ka na fa kiri koti kwan kra yehu ye ne mtakum ko enu na ama de ko so nyina ye nyina oga na obi anya na dwen se oboye takum bone se be de bone a court ye si he ebeto adum fo ha prisons and police station ebeto adum fo ha ye ni bone bi ebeye enu ntine start say ifu no nam dede ne oyaw ne nti be siefu no fi se ye siefu no ye nsi asem ya ye famu de e wo se emra no so ye na famu de ne ko ba se ne ekina ye mabusuafo ko ho ene mum ye ba nam de takum nam koti kwa nam de be wura ho de ye mpene sa ye sre ye busua no ye patentre ne
ave yento akase bon so na yenko ADR eyemra no bia ye faso edi asem a enko court na eno na Chief Justice Her Ladyship Gertrude Saki Tokono de ato Ghana de hye nyina nim se ensem ho na se esia yemfa ADR kwan so na yenni nemfa prepare yo emra sanse sensem ni dodo na de court a aya na egibre edibre na no so no emwa emma nsam no dodo na akodi court a ebu okra na ne ka no na akwakoche nti ADR kwan so de ye faso a eno boa emma tentrene ekoso ententem so.
To a range of methods, including mediation, arbitration, negotiation, and conciliation. Each of these methods of dispute resolution have their own character. They have their own arrangements. These methods have gained increasing importance in our legal landscape because of what they represent. ADR is an invaluable asset in building the pillars of social justice because of its ability to foster open and constructive dialogue without the burden of court forms and court procedures and rights and obligations. You may have started the case with a certain set of beliefs, but you can negotiate. You can decide that all that I'm asking for in accordance with law is not as important if I can get this particular measure or this particular item. You are able to move away from the legally crafted beliefs to arrive at what will actually make your heart happy and settle you in accordance with your sense of justice. That is the beauty of ADR.
To the beer also improve once a very no aquacunyasem. Meboa. Aha. Enti Ayadaya Sassiso Awono. A being phobia say conflict is synonymous with life. No matter how careful you are, conflict will come your way. But the wisest thing you need to do is that whenever you are confronted with conflict, you adopt the right approach to dealing with it, which is alternative dispute resolution.
The mutumo de fasupi bowo sande ehwe the way a ekokota ebo waste time no of case na wa adjon wa friend wa adjon edia no mamu hwen de mama akoda ekwe no mde nsam no jama 2 days na yekon asama ya 2 years aka okota ontwa no edia ho no within 2 days na yesetele ma bibi atwa ntimo de edia no de oboboa
Bosomi da etoso edu enum nyame adoma wukwada na osofo hwesikasem so wode omenya ko humesika ho nsem wo afimpinu ne aduonu nan ba betu edwa na chese budget ho nsem eno no na budget ya wo ba be kenkan ye no na enwumanwuma a wonom wo titiru nkan mantam ase kire se wo mo besre se ensem no ba be kan budget na wo ba be kan no wonhwe na saa eto a egu nnwuma wo Ghana ha se no obetimi atete so esanse eneyi se wanye ne saa no mo saa de eto foforo saa be ka ho biodi a na eno no ebe ha adwene papa fei wo mo ewogidie sesenka ban etete ne nneoma so a eno betimi aboa ama oman ne mmoka pii emo mo nsoa eto emegu enwumanwuma enwu no ewo man mo.
Eda ukuada na mpinfo hwe ni mu se foto sanfo beka kopie mu e wo man Ghana mrese bedwa afia afia besi makọ homosika no beda na die na Ghana fo nyina ehunu bie na we na UTV kase boye ni mpinfo de ku ahodo na no atwetwe nkomo bisa won se die na wo hwe ni mu mpinfo kase mu na wo chiri mu se kwancha de fa ya na sika ene de na emum se aba ne de to dodo na beba bebu Ghana fo kon de embo masika ne dwadie ho nsem no emfa ne ntoma pa emfamfira akuo bi mpinfo kasa ye Association of Ghana Industries mpinfo bi Ghana Union of Traders Association Exporters and Importers Association Traders Advocacy Group Ghana and akuo bi mpinfo won kasa mu na wo chim se wo hwe ni mu se aban fo eto foforo bia emma afi nsusu no aban to kenten no obebiem no obi bia de kakra abo ne konkoye ba akofo COVID-19 levy aban be ye afiri hono na etuo bi asabi ensem fata na egu nnwuma no aban be ye no so e de afiri hono empenfo bi tire nsemu sei
tuo bebrebe especially wokoyi niema wo porta etuo no edoso dodo first no ye di paperless no ba no ye tete etuo no so abedu etuo ahoro be edumienu tesi etuo ahoro no ekwa akodu be eduonu ebasa na se ye kani na afu a na se wokoyi niema se wokohwe ye ohanchemu aduonum num eko aduonu aduosie enum ewo invoice na wo de ekoto wo niema no na se eso okohwe between 55% to 65% on your invoice value as a duty ono no ebi ni ewiase afana bebia se wutua etuo eye duty na enita VAT ni other levies here American wasemi then na no ekwa akodu be 65%. No basa emwa aban.
Fast forward 7 years down the lane, all what we saw is tax introduction, tax upon tax, tax upon tax. And if you want to raise the issue, then they will tell you Russia, Ukraine, they will tell you COVID levy, COVID-19. It is not true. The taxes, the 1% import COVID levy that you brought, COVID is over. Why are you still? You remember in the it was one of the cardinal points that we were calling for the mid-year budget review, that it should go off the books. Before the mid-year budget review was presented, the president himself came out and said that COVID, though there's no COVID, but the COVID levy will not go anywhere. We are looking forward to see that COVID levy going off in the books. We are looking forward to see that 2% special import levy going off the books. We are looking forward to see that VAT that was introduced, making VAT 15%, adding get fund and health insurance, making it 22%. It is hard. It is killing us. It is costing and then of course, the Bema values reversal has really brought hardship on toward to the business community.
Ya pachawa say. On peg exchange rate na edi niema na report say ebia in the next 3 months no exchange rate no eye 11.1 ene edi be niema ya ka yempanyimfo entie yen say ukọ every Tuesday bia na rate ba emwa madwadi ni ntimi nye projections.
We want to see the relief. We are not expecting, and as the person say, taxes will be aba, the additional tax never. Some adjustments here and there could help. Na emma relief kakra. We nim. Ade ba kwa meka adjatum ni say. O man say see afa kon yegina no. IMF na eba mu ni ade na eboa. No mama government so targets. Say in terms of revenue, no, government has me achieve. Government will achieve the revenue through taxes here. So government will mobilize taxes now to achieve targets no. Target no one achieve here. Now say IMF no more support to come the balance on by withdraw.
Onyame yaduma ukwada ebei ena finance minister Yerua Ken ufuriata ode 2024 budget no bamra sebia no abekinkan na no na opani ba kwa friend set chum akwaboa oye Association of Ghana Industries chief executive officer ode ato aban nim se obesrese budget ebekinkan no aban fan hyehyɛ bi mra no beboa ama oman Ghana ede niam do na akwaburokyire akwakoton ne nyamfaso no beboa ama esidi no enya hoden
ebetimi increase export volumes. Say no a continental free trade agreement no it has come to effect. It means that within Africa we are opening our doors so every product can come in. I mean the approved products of about 90% no ebetimi buy a market no duty free quota free yes you dey ebetimi akọ African country bia na emom dey only say so we need solid products untimi export it Because when we are talking of exports, largely it's about physical products. Service near just a small component. So about 90% to 95% or even more are in products. The products you can only export, so now you're competitive. And you know, I see a buying budget you share kwanya to enema edit to come produce more at a competitive price near to me export to be. See anyanisa that's the import no continuous the pressure on our city will be there. We need to mobilize so much foreign currency to be able to do business and bring the products in. And when there's a problem in the international market, they will be found wanting. And you know, in the budget, I know it's a Ghana Export Promotion Authority, almost develop what they call the National Export Strategy. In the National Export Strategy, they've picked products. See, now those products, they believe that we have comparative advantage in producing them. And if we can concentrate on those products, near producing the volumes, near more conditions in the environment, now you good, near export more, a bit buying. In the budget, we are also very eager to hear and know what measures and policies are being put in place, what budget allocation is being made in order to promote exports of specific products that we have interest in.
Afei ni ensan enkoko to nsensemu ebiewei so manfo de wani edi akire efri May ne da na etoso aduonu nkron afempinu ne edu enson ewo denkyerebo ase ena yeti yese adehye a wonom ewo denkyerebo ase a eno ewo efifini mantamum womo ato ahye sojani Major Maxwell Mahama so na womo abono womo de abo afei bi de sekan bi de nade bi de tuo ena group papa isu a wonom eku no se woye amroba na enam so ma ye chichi nipa du nan a ye de womo akogina court ama sabre womo nsem no mugusu edie emu ba ko odi mu akotene a wono na ye first accused je se kwadu no wono na odi kan a ye bo no kwadu William Ba na no na lawyer Emma William Ba ekọ court ene Emma wode kotu edwa se ono ne client no woni fo e wa asem no ho said you almost akyekyere asem no de ato no so no enkane na oye assembly member e wode nkyere oboase ene ne mpotamu na wa abra wo yama na kwanya ma no cheche ne nsemu akyere jury no ena lawyer ni kyere se ono kra ne client yi a enkane na oye assembly member anaso oye assembly man wo ho no enya de a abra na wo mu eye saabone no na owo ho mpobi ono de ote ya ne se ya ka kire ne se wo mu kro mu ho no amroba bi wo mache amroba bi e wo ho enti amroba na wo mo che no no ena onu ko fra posifo enti woni aposifo ni nyina na bedru no ni aposifo ni bebedru ho no na de omo beye no na o ma ye ne dada enya de a wono ehye wo bi eka kire wo bi se won kofa ebo ana won kofa aba ana won fa tuo emfa nkoto nipa no a wawuo no so wono wanye sa de no enti ne lawyer ni e kire se wono onifo e wa asem ne ehu ebibia na eno na abra ensem ne nie no ekoso no otemuani a wotena adwam ye Justice Mariama Owusu etena adwam ono eye justice wo Supreme Court na wosan esai shonse High Court judge no woti asem no se da bi watu e de akwa December da etoso edu ensom na wasan aba na waba betoa na asem no a woka no so e de akire jury no na afei wo mo ahunu ba bi a wode ensem no e be fanti Major Mahama asem no ba bi a akwa akoduru eno no abusiafo yanya boafo nkrato yemba ye ba ye beto akase ye mamo akwaba ye to akase bono eso a osofo a wo hwe bambo ensem so mekire National Security Minister eye onmunyafo Albert Kandapa wode ato emrahye bedwafo enim se kobase wonum kasa de afagaru ene tempani nsem a esiye a National Security fo ho ebon mu namso ma asojafo koto hye adehye wo so bro wo mu no se kobase wo mo ka ho asem a eye a wo mo nye ahweye nyamrahye bedwafo nko a na emom ose Ghana adehye nso se wo bie wano aka ho asem a wo so odwene hu mienu esanse bambo mu nsem bi wo a untumi enka na saa keke na wunyai ento ho na onko ewo se oye ahweye ewo ne ka ho.
Mr. Speaker, following an escalation of the attacks on their vehicle, the officers drove to the Garu police station to seek refuge. The irate youth then pursued the officers, encircled the police station, and fired multiple shots at sea. The timely intervention of personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces enabled the safe evacuation of the national security personnel from the Garu police station. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, the House will agree with me that the attack on the national security personnel and also the Garu police station was reprehensible and must be condemned in no uncertain terms. Mr. Speaker, in many other jurisdictions, such attacks on security personnel in the course of their legitimate duties would be classified as an attack on the state.
National Security Minister, I would believe that by now you have taken note of what is going on, and I want to make few recommendations to the statement that you have made. You mentioned that the issue is before court and we don't need to talk about it, but I would believe that with these few recommendations, it will help us. One, we need an independent investigation into what has happened. Two, we need the people who are nursing their wounds to be helped to treat themselves. And three, you know that somebody is dead. I believe by now it has been brought to your attention that somebody is dead. I know also that you know that some people are still being hospitalized, and we believe that you should help them to get well. And three, the people that have been beaten need compensation. But above all, we need an apology as people of Garup and Timpani, most especially the people of Timpani, because they were not in the crime scene. They were just beaten by circumstances of your people.
Honorable Minister, if this is how military retrieve arms, and we want to know, like you said, it's in the court, and we are all eager to hear. We want to find out how many arms that were retrieved from Garu and Bugri, if there is any at all. I think that the Minister and National Security, the architecture, I can't question the way you approach. But Garu and Bugri or Tempani is a rural area. We don't have so many V8 cars in the area. Therefore, when you see a car like that, where the police commander, police are not aware, BNI officer not aware, the regional chief, the district chief executive not aware, the regional minister himself not aware, is questionable, Mr. Minister. And so these things should be watched going forward. But to say the least, the military style of retrieving arms which we witnessed in Garu is most unfortunate. I'm sorry to say this. It's most unfortunate that retrieving arms, you beat and kill, maim people. Is that how to retrieve arms?
Enche bia ana kusomo down no mpanifo bie ya adehye wo mpatam ho wadwapade dodo na asese na achechefo teacherfo eka ho ebi ene yere ato teacherfo nyina nim se wonsan enko classroom enko kira ade na no ane ko efrem coalition of concerned teachers ede ato aban enim se achechefo wo mpatam ho no won yamwa pa esanse de sie no wo nso adwapade dodo na asei nti aban hwe na womoa teacherfo no.
nuko school na akwa kyerɛ mmɔfra de a wɔn nso so na de wɔ how ɛba wɔn dwumadie so we na ma kyerɛkyerɛfo nkaba mu coalition of concerned teachers ɛde to aban anim sɛ na nsuo na twetwe aban yɛ ne sɛ kyerɛkyerɛfo nsa nkɔ school dɛm na wɔn kɔ kyerɛ mmɔfra de biem no ehu behia sɛ akadeɛ bi a bɛbɔ wɔn no aban ɛma wɔn nsa etumi ɛka ɛnyɛ sɛ kyerɛkyerɛfo no kɔ anya deɛ bɛyɛ yie na so nyina mu no ekompeni for the sika 20,000 Ghana cedis ama wɔn kɔ ni ma wɔyɛ kyerɛkyerɛfo wɔ fra wɔn ntam sɛ wɔn gye na wɔn fa mboa wɔn ho ansa
challenges a teacherfo no community fritete na yɛ challenges no ɛwɔ hɔ but nia aba sisi a yɛ ka ho asɛm ɛne nia spillage no akɔse sɛdeɛ amene wo ka sɛ wo ba yɛ wo ni teacherfo no bi di nkɔmɔ nsuo na ɔmo bɛno mo kra yɛ nipa dasa ne nsuo sɛ nipa no mo kra bi ni hɔ ne ɔmo bɛdware ɔmo ne mmoa nantwie ni adeɛ nsuo a sɛ bi anwea afra ɛne na yɛ nsuo a yɛn nkrɔfo yi adware ɛne nti question me pɛ sɛ me bisa ne sɛ wo bɛsom Ghana at the detriment of your health ana ɛne nti na yɛn so yɛ unions na yɛ so yɛ we exist okay for the welfare of the teachers no nia yɛ ka nyinaa ne sɛ o sɛ aban ɛba mu animanimu yia na animanimu die no die nia yɛ ka ne sɛ ma aban force teacher ni bia sɛ onko yɛ dwuma ɛfiri sɛ adan a sɛ teacher no wɔ baabi a ensuo papa wɔ ɔbɛkɔ oyɛ nipa edwuma de yɛ ayɛ frititi teacher for yɛ plight no de since the time I yɛ re edwuma no mu no ensisaye sisan kakra but the aba no de it is against our health
tra bia no de ɔhene enye kase ya ne yɛ boa esi a yɛ kase yi nsuo ɔmbɛnum krampo bebi ɔmbɛda ne nyinaa yɛ ade bi a ha adwen nti ɛbɛsra aban ɛsɛ as a union de esika no ye de boaboa ikonu afa nanso de kakra de ba ye ntime mmoa ti aban momodia no omra no om support wom because in fact omo aseta ne nye teachers nye bebre kra ekọ nti omo school dan ne be ada ne bebre asese ese nke benya se nkwa akọ ye kire mo ade nti e be stress aban beba ne nke bia borehole bia kwa mo tutu amom se be nso de almost water is life and life is water.
Then some of us are displaced. We don't have even a place to rest our heads. So we have to lodge with some of our family members, which I think is also troublesome for them and their children. So we are appealing to the government to quickly come to our aid, at least with any financial support or relief items.
We are just there, even though some of us are not in town, but because of the students, we are supposed to come and then stay and then help them. But it's like government does not show any concern to help teachers who are in this problem. We need to bath, drink water before go to work. So as you people are here, we know that you can speak on our behalf so that the government come into our aid, especially water. That is my most concern now.
As CCT have come, we want them to direct the information to the government as they have spoken. So the government will also come to our aid to support our needs. We are in trouble. We are what we even take is a problem. Food, if you are even going to buy food, you are thinking of the water, kind of water that they use to cook, to prepare the food. So in all this is affecting us a lot.
afei mfa yani enkyerɛ mmarahyɛbadwamu ebiewai na mmarahyɛbadwafo kɔ asetena no ɛna mmarahyɛbadwani a ɔwɔ Tamale South onimonyamfo Haruna Idrisu wo bisa sɛ wɔtwe mmarahyɛbadwa no adwen aba begina bibi so ɛno nam so ɛma enei waka kyerɛ Attorney General Owura Godfred Yebo Adame sɛ enei wɔn move motion anase wɔn fakrata meto mmarahyɛbadwamu ɔse de bɛyɛ Companies Act wonom ehye mmra no wo mmarahyɛbadwam nenso wɔtabriye edikoduru Supreme Court ma Supreme Court bu ayese dabi wonyi ntumu saa no wɔmonhwɛ no wɔmonye amendment anase wonye nsakyerae wo msɛde ɛbɛyɛ sɛde court no si hyɛ no no ɛne sɛde wo si yɛ no no ɛni dane bi ɛsɛ so wɔn dane ani no obetimi ahyehyɛ ne yie na afei abɛyɛ mmra edi mu na ɔmanfo atimi agye atom.
And Mr. Speaker, to be specific, the Supreme Court have ruled that Sections 2HI, 2AI of Section 13, 172 and 177 of the Act unconstitutional and violate the principles of fair hearing, among others. And Mr. Speaker, again, I'm raising it because when it comes to exercising the legislative authority of this country, we are vested with the mandate. We are clothed with it under Article 93, but with limitations. Mr. Speaker, the said words which the Supreme Court have ruled on is that in passing the company's code, we use the word when a person is charged with an offense and not when the person is convicted for an offense. And Mr. Speaker, to the leadership of the House, whether I know government business is normally government business, when you come to this House, don't rush us through legislation. Mostly when you bring legislation and you want it passed within 24 hours, this is what you get. Because, Mr. Speaker, I've heard you personally, I've heard the Honorable Chairman personally, I've heard Backman as leader personally, I've heard myself. We have always said that don't change the words in the Constitution if you are importing same into a bill. But in this particular matter, this is how we end.
So it is only when you are convicted with an offense involving dishonesty or moral turpitude that you can be disqualified from becoming a director. So though the provision is struck out by the Supreme Court, there will be an urgent need for an amendment so that instead of using the word charge, we use the word convicted for an offense involving moral turpitude.
What is important for me is that for us lawyers who were members of the House at the time, this shouldn't ordinarily have escaped us. We are grateful to the Supreme Court that they have observed this, but I don't think we need to do anything more. It doesn't even have to do anything more. This is no longer part of the law, period. That if you're charged, just because you're charged, you lose your right to be a member. That's what I said, yes.
Aveyanko openia ono na afe 2022 mpenfo yi ni se Ghana hanyina ono ni kwiani a ne modemo eswani pa meche 2022 National Best Farmer ono ne Nana Yaw Sapon Serebo a odikan no penike se de futu ama Ghana mabunu nyina se kwiayo ayadwuma bia emu ede sika wom to besere Ghana mabunu so mo emfa ho enhyemu na kwiayo ebeboa momuhia eto etwa Nana Yaw Sapon Serebo a odikan na ye achampem hene edema Trabin Traditional Council no wo Asante Mantema odokra 2022 eye ekuafo e wo Ghana ha nyina o maba so bode kese no wono na yede ema no mekire 2022 National Best Farmer ode afutu ama eye mmabunu nhwe kwan o metima fa so a kuaye no omde wo mu ebegim semprepi ye ka kuaye asem a amanfo ayom se enye adwuma pa ense emfata o se nokora bi enim o so no o hya ase se o ye kuaye adwuma no enye nne o ye ena obi a wako school bia so ebetima de nenim die ene ne sika kakra ade akọ kuaye ho no de nsam wetuja abra obo odwa bi a wo ye entete ade ama school fo ewo Asante Mantema oto aso ese so oman ne betima de yie oman ne betima gina ne nan so a na se enuane ewo ho enuane so eye kuaye ya enti no okirem a eno ena ye fapem ede ma oman se mabunu enya arehyiemu ehu se kuaye ade papa wo ma ne ye frɛ ne se potokasam rural urban migration no eso beti mabunu ene enipadom afri eye nkuro nketoa no obo so mu kokrom akwakope adwuma aye enso omo de omo ehye kuaye a saa eniema ne nyina ebekofom
ese ohwe akua adwuma yi ye papa no mpanifo nko anya ye kua e Ghana na ese Ghana no na enyina so no ene den enti me begya abodina anamdi initiative bi e ba ye friend rethink agriculture na rethink no ye ne se e wo se mmabu no eni obia san dwendwen agriculture ho no mu me ho eye an example na nipa bebre hu se kwadwuma no we ya branch na de hu shema eboa na mfaso wo so. It is the backbone of the country. It is the backbone of every economy. In the first place, you know, so na panase wuni di ya ebede na wakwa akutugo se duane ye di nyina na ye import ba ebe kakra no na se dollar sem ne ade sem no so no the dollar sem e koso nyina no se ye hwa agriculture ne ye hwe enyoma ye di a ye di ba kom ha na se ye wo kom ha offer a could say Malaysia, agriculture, and other transforming. It is a way they are now in control over the then you have a problem.